Our mission is the liberation of Griswold. I'll explain the details. Griswold is protected by the Atmos Ring-powered Meson cannon. Our troops will not be able to approach the city because of the MBSRs brought in from Montebrise. Our only hope is to send a small squadron of fighters in for a surprise attack and take out the cannon. Fortunately, the enemy has put all of their faith in the cannon and has yet to deploy ground troops. Destroy the Meson cannon and the fighters protecting it, and the city is ours. The capital's liberation is finally within our grasp. Sir, please decide the course of action. Be aware, supplies from Santa Elva have dried up, and special weapons are scarce. Use special weapons with caution, as their number will be less than the standard amount.
Make them out now, the Atmos Ring and the Gaius Tower.
Makes me sick! Look at them! Acting like they own the place!
Ninox 2, you're too far ahead. Please stay on alert.
Damn it! We're so close! If it weren't for that cannon, we'd be in already!
Wait! I'm getting readings from the Meson cannon. Ninox 2's been shut down.
Meson cannon's force is multiplied by the MBSRs.
What on earth is that? There's no way we can get any closer than this! Watch out! That thing's a monster! The power of the MBSR enhanced Meson cannon weapons, fire button low. Backup's arrived! Enemy reserves have arrived. Crisis Squadron, stay sharp.
Griswold's been liberated. With the loss of their central command, LASAF forces have begun to pull out of Aurelia. The streets of Griswold are overflowing with citizens celebrating the defeat of the LASAF oppressors. Even soldiers have joined in the celebration. Sir, the people won't soon forget your brave actions that led us here. We've done it, sir.
With each passing day, news of new Aurelian victories came pouring in. The Southern Cross's action spurred the surviving Aurelian troops to battle. Commanding Officer Diego Navarro has retreated and is currently being pursued by Special Forces. No one would have guessed that a ragtag band of soldiers smaller than a single unit could have put up such fierce resistance. December 10th, several days after the liberation of Griswold, I made my way towards one of the mini-cities busy recovering from the ravages of the war. Despite my usual misgivings, I could feel myself getting excited at the prospect of meeting the Southern Cross. But when I reached the base, I saw his emblem already gleaming in the skies above. I had heard that today was their first break in a while, but something must have changed that. I merely watched as the jet's contrail stretched far off into the distant sky. Suddenly, I was overcome by a strong sense of dread. The misappropriated financial and material resources were on a scale much greater than the airborne fortress alone could account for. Would the weapon at Griswold prove to be the missing piece to the puzzle?
Hey, where he's headed, there's some kind of strange
I have an updated situation report. The forces hunting Lesath Commander Diego Navarro have been decimated at the Danern Straits. It appears that Lesath has developed a new type of attack aircraft. I can't believe they had a working prototype from the aerial fortress. Sorry, back to the report. The new attack aircraft is named Fenrir, according to Lesath reports. From the satellite intel gathered, it appears that the aircraft took off from Sentry Island. We received information from intelligence services that there appears to be a factory on the island. There are 2 routes to Sentry Island. First, Lesath has a squadron of ace pilots, the Alex Squadron, situated near the Danern Straits. They are currently headed for Sentry Island. If a pilot of that caliber were to pilot the new craft, we would have a lot of trouble on our hands. Another route is Cobalt Cave, the location of enemy research facilities. It is believed that they are preparing to move some sort of weapon. We don't know the details, but it is most likely a weapon to mount to Fenrir. The ace pilots and the unknown weapon are both major concerns, but we can only deal with one of these threats. You must stop whatever Lesath has planned. You are about to enter Lesath territory. We don't have much intel to go on, but you need to decide how to proceed. Intelligence has confirmed the outline of a squadron of Lesath fighters bound for Archelon Fortress. A sympathizer from within the enemy has informed us that the squadron is none other than Lesath's elite Alex Squadron. If they were to capture Archelon Fortress's Fenrir, one can only imagine the devastation they would cause. The Danern Straits could provide us with a chance to intercept them before they reach the fortress. Your mission will be to take on this elite air unit. You must destroy them all.
Multiple fighters coming in head-on. You should see an enemy squadron shortly. This is Falcon 1. I always wanted to fly with you. My son's a big fan of and prepare for refueling. You're coming in too fast. Slow down. 1 mile to refueling craft. $500 yards to go. 100 yards to go. Griffith 1, maintain your current flight path. Perfect, sir. Commencing refueling.
We've succeeded in... The enemy transportation corps has moved from Cobalt Cave to Archelon Fortress. Our sources have confirmed our suspicions that the cargo was indeed an HPM. It'll most likely be used to defend Archelon Fortress. We've advanced within striking distance of Archelon Fortress. Fenrir, the whole reason they started this war is being made right here on this base. It's our duty to wipe this base clear off the map. The HPM has been transported to Archelon Fortress from Cobalt Cave, and it appears it has already been fitted to Fenrir. The weapon works by emitting microwaves from both Fenrir and Archelon Fortress to create an overlapping field effect, detonating all fuel caught in between. Fly too slow for too long, and you'll be tracked by the targeting system. If you don't escape quickly, your fuel tank will explode. We've also received intel that the Archelon Fortress is equipped with the same type of shock cannon employed on the Gleipnir. Sir, we've succeeded in freeing Aurelia. The war should have already been over for us. But someone has to put an end to this. Just make sure you come back alive.
As I wrote down the words that would reveal the truth to the world, I couldn't help but feel uneasy. It said that the only true winners in any war are those who achieve what they intended. Diego Navarro had left Aurelia's capital in defeat, yet his goal of increasing arms exports had been achieved. It seemed as though he may be the true victor in this war. After returning to his homeland, it appears that he now plans to unveil the ultimate weapon before his countrymen. Satellite images of the Archelon Fortress will provide the backdrop for his speech to the world. Such audacity must come from his confidence in this ultimate weapon, Fenrir. There's no such thing as a foolproof plan, I whispered to myself as I watched the sun slowly wheel across the sky overhead. Even the country's hero, still in the heat of battle, hadn't returned home for the celebration of victory. The Southern Cross will ensure Navarro's plan ends in failure. Ain't that right?
To all aircraft, this is likely to be our final sortie. Our mission will be to wipe Fenrir and its production facility, Archelon Fortress, off the map.
That's right. The war ends here.
This is
on top of the fortress is moving. That's the same shock cannon that was on the airborne fortress. We can't allow Lisa to remain in possession of that kind of weapon. Do what it takes to destroy the shock cannon. Shock cannon firing preparations complete. Aquila 3, lower your altitude. In 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cannon firing! Aquila 3's been hit! Damn it, we've lost him! Destroy the shock cannon! The shock cannon is preparing to fire again! In 5 seconds!
The fortress has really been destroyed!
He was able to fly his way through those shockwaves. Incredible!
You've done it, Grievous 1!
I knew our ace could do it.
That's the Southern Cross for you!
It certainly is. He's Aurelia's hero after all.
Crux to Griffiths 1. That was a little too risky, sir. It made me nervous just watching you. It wouldn't feel like a victory if you weren't there to celebrate it with us, sir. When you think about it, you can't help but feel sorry for Laysath's soldiers. They were nothing but pawns in Navarro's sick game. Well, it's finally over, isn't it? Let's head home. To Aurelia.
By the time the images of the exploding Arkelon Fortress and Fenrir faded from the stadium screen, Laysath's commanding officer, Diego Navarro, had long since disappeared. With the true motives behind the war made public and his subsequent failure to regain power, Diego Navarro fled from Laysath. Although there is no more reason to fight, surviving Laysath soldiers continue to put up pockets of resistance across Aurelia. With their leader and direction lost, it's difficult to imagine them ever being victorious. Surrendering units have started to appear, and even I have the feeling that my story on the end of this war isn't far off. Still, with all the coverage of the war's closure, my work here is still not finished. Since I'll be here a while, chasing after that story on the Southern Cross doesn't sound half bad.